Poised on an island in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty is an iconic symbol of new beginnings. Lady Liberty has stood to welcome America's immigrants and refugees for over 100 years, and the inscription at her base welcomes even the weariest travelers. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. But does this inscription really reflect how Oakland County residents view homeless, tempest-tossed people? Since 2011, conflict has ravaged Syria, a Middle Eastern country nestled beside the Mediterranean Sea. This conflict has killed and displaced millions of people. There are currently 13.5 million people in need of assistance in Syria, and 70% of the Syrian population is without regular access to safe drinking water. Over 4,500 Syrian refugees have settled in the U.S. since the conflict began, most of them coming to the Detroit metro area. According to the Refugee Processing Center, which is operated by the U.S. Department of State Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, 386 Syrian refugees relocated to Michigan between January 1, 2015 and April 30, 2016. That's more than any other state. And more have been placed in Oakland County than any other county in Michigan. But why are some Oakland County residents so apprehensive about welcoming Syrian refugees into their communities? We spoke to Peggy Dahlberg of the Syrian American Rescue Network to find out more.
Sure. My name is Peggy Dahlberg, and my role with SARN, or the Syrian American Rescue Network, is one of kind of community liaison.
As a community liaison for SARN, we thought Peggy would have a good idea of why some Oakland County residents had reservations about welcoming Syrian refugees.
Number one, of course, is that they're terrorists because they're Muslim, which, they're fleeing terrorism, so that's not a valid concern. But I understand, when you only have limited amount of information, then that's what you have to deal with.
And what Peggy says is true. There's great concern that Syrian refugees are terrorists, but so far that hasn't proven to be true. Since 9/11, the U.S. has admitted over 750,000 refugees from many nations around the world, and of those, just 3 have been arrested on domestic terrorism charges. None of the large refugee groups in modern American history have posed a significant terrorism threat. So what's the process for Syrian refugees to be accepted by the United States government? We don't accept just anybody. The vetting process is extensive, usually taking more than 2 years. Refugees must pass a number of background checks from an array of government agencies who screen for security and medical concerns. But once they make it through this vetting process, they're home free, right? Not quite.
Well, basically, all refugees, doesn't matter where they're from. When they come to America, they come through a resettlement agency, and the United States gives them $925 a piece to get settled. And they have 3 months to work with the resettlement agency until they're supposed to be on their own.
Learning about the financial hardships of new refugees can be concerning to Oakland County residents. Is the community economically crippled by the weight of the refugees it supports?
It's been proven statistically that the refugees have a positive impact on a community's economic welfare because they contribute jobs, they are very entrepreneurial, and so they start businesses.
Peggy shares the story of one of the refugees that SARN has helped.
Now he's here, he's working, he loves it, he feels that he celebrates his birthday on the 4th of July now.
So Syrian refugees aren't a threat to Oakland County's safety or economy. What can we do to help welcome them into the community?
On a larger level is really to impact decision-making at the government level, because there are, all kinds of problems within the government.
Oakland County residents, take a stand for those who need it most. Take a stand for those who have lost their homes, their family members, their livelihoods, and the land they grew up in. Contact Oakland County Executive L. Brooks Patterson and urge him to support the relocation of Syrian refugees in Oakland County.